Hey, welcome back once again to my spoiler-free, absolute beginner's guide for Dark Souls. Please make sure to check out the playlist, see if there's any other topics you'd like to learn about. This time we're going to be looking at the level up screen, how we read the different bits of information on there, and how we can see how the choices we make affect our character. Alright, so let's talk about leveling up. We level up at the bonfires. Now okay, this screen looks a bit terrifying, but I promise it's not as complicated as it looks. Remember, we can use the help button to get more information. At the very top left here, we've got our current level, the amount of souls we're carrying, and the cost to level up a single stat by 1 point. Every time we spend a point, this cost increases. So as we put points into these stats, we can see the blue numbers on the right hand side showing the improvements to our abilities. Note that leveling any stat will generally increase our defenses. Let's have a quick look through the stats then. At the top here we've got Vitality. This increases our red health bar, which means ultimately we can take more damage. Attunement. This increases our attunement slots that we use for equipping spells. Basically, you won't be able to use magic if you don't increase this stat. Endurance. This increases our green stamina bar, which in turn means we can do more actions before we run out of stamina. It also means we can equip heavier gear, and it increases our bleed resistance. Strength. The main point of increasing strength is so that we can meet our weapon requirements, and we'll also get bonus damage thanks to the weapon scaling. Dexterity. This is the same as strength, but for different kinds of weapons. Resistance. Mainly what this does is it increases your poison resistance, and it will also bump up your general defenses a little bit quicker than the other stats. Intelligence, like strength and dexterity, but so we can meet requirements for sorceries. It'll also increase the damage of sorceries, as well as any magic-based weapons we use. Faith is like intelligence, but it's for miracles and divine weapons instead. Now there's a couple of things I'd like to point out about leveling. The benefits from increasing your stats aren't linear. And by that I mean they're not the same every time. So see, these numbers seem a bit random. To illustrate this a bit further, let's see the difference in total HP we get every 10 levels. Oh, you can reset the point allocation so far by pressing your two-hand button. So yeah, look at that. It looks like the biggest increase we get seems to be from leveling Vitality from 20 to 30. And then from 40 to 50 seems like it's the smallest gains. So once your stats hit higher numbers, the amount of benefit you gain will start to drop off, or for some benefits they will stop entirely, so keep a close eye on those blue numbers. We're not going to look at all the stats in detail, but I do want to quickly show you how attunement works. Unlike the others, at first it can seem like this doesn't increase your attunement as you'd expect. Don't worry, that's just because it needs to reach a certain point before you start to gain attunement slots. And again, like the other stuff, these aren't constant. You get a slot every 2 points to start, but that will increase soon enough. So I just want to have a quick look now at the weapon scaling stats of strength, dexterity, intelligence, and faith. We're only going to quickly look at strength and dex in this video, but the same logic applies to intelligence and faith. So you can see here I've got a bunch of weapons equipped in each hand, and each of these weapons scales with the stats in a different way. So let's try leveling up a bit and see what happens. So as I increase my strength, we can see that the damage is increased across all the weapons, but for some more than others. And that's because those weapons will be the ones that have the higher strength scaling grades. And if I up my dexterity, we can see that 2 of the weapons don't increase at all. And this is because those weapons have no dex scaling at all. And the last thing I'm just going to point out for today is, while we're on this screen, you can press the item button to cycle through some screens that show each weapon slot, so you can have a closer look at how much each of your weapons will benefit from your stat upgrades. So there we go, that wasn't too bad, was it? It looks a bit complicated at first, but actually it's pretty easy. Next time we're going to be doing a similar thing again, except we're going to be looking at leveling up equipment, upgrades, armor improvements, that sort of stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.
From